Coming up on this edition of Pacific Report, U.S. and Thai militaries joined forces during Exercise Cobra Gold 2011. Top engineers from the U.S. military attend a conference with their Japanese counterparts. Plus, sailors prepare for an inspection in Iwakuni.
Thanks for joining us on this edition of Pacific Report. I'm Air Force Staff Sergeant Brian Economides. Exercise Cope North is underway on the island of Guam. Petty Officer Justin Whiteman breaks down the event.
Since 1978, thousands of U.S. and Japanese airmen have teamed up for the bilateral exercise Cope North. And this year is no different, as the U.S. Air Force, U.S. Navy, and units from the Japan Air Self-Defense Force have come to Guam for Cope North 2011, a training exercise designed to enhance both countries' air operations. I'm here at Andersen Air Force Base where the exercise is kicked off, beginning with some opening remarks from General Gary North, Commander of the Pacific Air Forces. Shortly thereafter, service members spent some time on the flight line, meeting one another, inspecting aircrafts, and posing for a group photo that worked to capture the visual symbol of this strong bilateral and joint force relationship between the U.S. and Japan. The exercise is slated to run for 2 weeks, and it's intended to serve as a reminder that both countries remain dedicated to a safe, secure, and stable Asia-Pacific region. For Cope North 2011, I'm Petty Officer Justin Whiteman.
We'll have more from Exercise Cope North later in the week. In the Kingdom of Thailand, the annual Exercise Cobra Gold is in full swing. A big part of the exercise involves amphibious operations. And this past weekend, the Okinawa-based 31st Marine Expeditionary Unit took part in a multinational amphibious assault.
Thai and U.S. amphibious assault vehicles rushed toward the beach, carrying a ground combat element that includes Korean forces. The 31st Marine Expeditionary Unit provides close air support, while Thai Special Forces insert by parachute. This multinational combined amphibious assault marks the start of the 30th annual Cobra Gold exercise. MEU Commanding Officer Colonel Andrew McManus says Thai forces spent the last week on board the USS Essex, working with the MEU command staff to help organize this assault.
It's been quite a lot, and it takes some pretty intensive planning just to get it all scheduled on time with our counterparts, but it's been extremely productive.
McManus also says this joint exercise helps promote stability and security throughout the Asia-Pacific theater by giving Marines the opportunity to work with their counterparts from multiple nations.
This training right here is actually what the Marine Corps is all about from our very foundation. It's amphibious operations, in-stream offloads, getting dirty, doing what Marines join the Marine Corps to do.
Officials say exercises like Cobra Gold also improve the ability for host nation countries to respond to any situation. Gunnery Sergeant Jimmy Stair, Hat Yao Beach, Kingdom of Thailand.
There's more to Cobra Gold than amphibious assaults. Not far from the coastline, Thai and American EOD technicians are sharing techniques on how to deal with explosive threats.
Explosives Ordnance Disposal Marines with Marine Wing Support Squadron 172 are training alongside EOD technicians from the Royal Thai Air Force in support of Cobra Gold 2011. Both nations' EOD technicians are sharing their knowledge.
I'm glad that I get to learn new techniques and technology with the Marines EOD.
No matter where the EOD technicians are from or what tools they're using, the job is always the same.
It's absolutely outstanding. When you have a community as small as EOD, it's easy to share information because the work you do is indicative. Whether it's in the United States or here, the threat is still the same threat with explosives.
With help from one another, both nations' EOD technicians can enhance their respective programs.
I'm very glad that the Marines have come to share the new technology with us. I believe that we can develop our EOD with help from there.
Marine Corporal Jay Nava, Karat, Kingdom of Thailand.
Every year, the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers Japan District partners with U.S. Forces Japan to host a Senior Engineers Conference in downtown Tokyo. The conference brings together military and civilian engineers to discuss a variety of issues involving current and future construction programs taking place throughout Japan.
The Senior Engineer Conference is a 3-day annual event that brings engineers from both the U.S. military as well as the Japanese Self-Defense Forces together in downtown Tokyo to discuss a variety of topics. Army Colonel Edward Curtis puts the conference in perspective.
This year's theme is sustainability. That includes not only sustainability of the design and the construction of our facilities, but also the sustainability of the alliance between the U.S. Army and all the military here and the Japan Self-Defense Forces, and the sustainability of the organization and cooperation we have amongst all the services here.
The group discussed many topics, such as the environment and service members' quality of life.
First off, everyone here wants the very best for the services stationed here in Japan. And we also want to address the quality of life. What's important that we do here at this conference is we set conditions in terms of the environment that we have to operate on and the changing conditions in terms of the available resources to address those operational and quality of life issues that affect our service members.
More than 150 engineers, project managers, and leaders brought their individual skills, knowledge, and capabilities to the conference.
Coming up on Pacific Report, Iwakuni sailors get inspected, and U.S. service members in Korea serve side by side with Katusas. But first, here's a look around the Pacific Command in today's Snapshots. U.S. and Thai Marines stormed the beachhead in an amphibious assault raid during Exercise Cobra Gold in Thailand. An airman waves goodbye as he departs Yokota Air Base for a deployment to Southwest Asia. Sailors aboard USS Blue Ridge man the rails as the ship pulls in for a port visit to Manila. And that's a look around the Pacific Command in today's Snapshots.
It's been a long 7 months, but for the sailors of USS O'Kane, coming home to Pearl Harbor February 8th was a memorable event for both them and their family members.
The USS O'Kane pulled into Joint Base Pearl Harbor Hickam after a 7-month deployment to the Middle East and Western Pacific. More than 300 sailors returned home to a cheering crowd of family and friends.
Feels good. It's kind of surreal. I don't think it's really hit home yet. I got duty today, so that's another one. I don't get to go home right away, but I think once I do, and once I get to sit back and probably go to the beach or something, it'll settle in.
The O'Kane crew performed a variety of different missions during their time at sea.
The deployment was wonderful. The crew did an outstanding job, and everything from the 7th Fleet to the 5th Fleet, missions ranging from ballistic missile defense to strike warfare to maritime security operations in support of Iraqi oil infrastructure. We did a wonderful job, and I'm very, very proud of this crew.
O'Kane sailors now get some well-deserved rest and relaxation before heading back to their mission of helping maintain peace and stability in the Pacific region.
At Marine Corps Air Station Iwakuni, sailors are getting used to their new military working uniform. And just to be sure they're wearing it right, one of the air station's top enlisted members put the sailors through inspection.
Dress right. Dress.
According to Navy Admin 299/10, the Navy working uniform Type 1 is now the standard uniform for sailors ashore, sometimes jokingly referred to as aquaflage. The uniform replaces the old blue utility uniform. H&HS sailors recently stood an inspection of the new uniform. Since they don't have a command master chief, H&HS Sergeant Major Calvin conducted the inspections personally, which in a way helped inter-service relations.
And that's also a way of working together with the Marine Corps, showing the standards that we have. So that's in a way of exposing our procedures of conducting the uniform inspection.
Things that were inspected included items like properly taped and tapered uniforms, that the insignia was correct, and proper wear of the belt and cover. Alpha Farah believes paying attention to small details such as these could help the sailors at their next duty station.
We want to make sure that the sailors, when they go back to the fleet, that they have all the things that they need when they go back to the fleet, not just the smart patch uniform that they know how to wear on a daily basis.
While the Navy as a whole might have to go through a period of adjustment to the new working uniform, the sailors of Iwakuni will have the experience and know-how to make this uniform look its very best.
And finally, U.S. service members stationed in Korea have a unique opportunity to serve with Korean augmentees to the U.S. Army, also known as Katusas. The Katusa program enhances the capabilities of the U.S. Republic of Korea alliance.
Most Koreans choose to simply serve as ROK Army soldiers for their 2 years of mandatory service. Among them, some choose to apply to become a Katusa, like Corporal Ho-Jun Hwang.
Basically, what you actually have to have before you apply you have to take a standardized English written test.
Out of the qualified candidates, only 1 in 10 applicants are reselected for the program. One of the lucky men, Corporal Huang, has another special story.
I'm a person who really did not have to come into the Army at all. I have dual citizenship, which means I did have my easy way out of the mandatory 2-year service.
Corporal Huang was born in the United States while his parents were students studying abroad.
It was not an easy decision, but then I realized as much as I am American, I'm also Korean. My parents are Korean. I lived in Korea half of my life, and no matter what others tell me who I am, that's not going to change. I am Korean.
Corporal Huang says Katusas are the only group that have the opportunity to wear both uniforms.
Right now, I really feel like I'm serving both of my countries, the U.S. and Korea, because I'm actually serving in the military as a Katusa.
Corporal Huang has served more than half of his required commitment, but appreciates the experience.
When I actually leave the Army, I really want to look back and see myself, wow, that past 2 years was really crucial for me.
Army Private Tyler Ferris, Seoul, Korea.
And that does it for this edition of Pacific Report. I'm Air Force Staff Sergeant Brian Economides. Thanks for watching.